It is that time of the week. We're talking ball here with Kyle Smith, the head coach here of the Cougs, off of a road split at the Oregon schools. Coach, you had a couple of tight ones. You had a really good game in Matthew Knight Arena, and then one that was down to the wire against the Beavers that came down to a glance off the rim and a couple ticks of the clock, and you were right there. Let's go back to Eugene to start.
Okay,
Let's go back in time a little bit. It's a very hard place to win. The statistics back that up. We say this kind of over and over again. It's always hard to win in the Pac. Matthew Knight Arena is right up there.
It's my first trip there.
Yeah, what'd you think of the?
It's not that big a deal. I don't know what you're trying to scare me. I mean, like, we got it done. No, it's a great, really nice building. I stick by what I said on the floor. I'm like, you try to tell me that it's not as bad in person. I disagree.
You did. You didn't like it. Yeah.
I know. I just
didn't think it messed with your vision in person like it does.
A smidge.
Yeah.
No, on the TV it's unwatchable.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe the TV producers are like, hey, what are we doing here? Like, we can't.
Well, Eggs was telling me, and I had forgotten about this. Craig was doing the telecast of this CBI, I think it was.
Okay.
Like early CBI.
Sure.
And there was a game there, and it might have been Dana's first year, so like 11 years ago. And they had to change the midcourt color because of an over and back, and the player couldn't see the line, and they had to change the paint.
I think they did change some things there, but it's still not easy. Anyway, but do we want to talk about the game?
I do. I would love to talk about the game. That's a game I'd love to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, so you shoot the ball. DJ Rodman comes in as the starter. Yaki had a groin.
Yep.
Also, for what it's worth, he had been cold from the field. DJ Rodman comes in. He's been really good. He's just had he's been banged up. He's had an ankle.
Yeah.
He's had protocol, the whole thing. Comes in, boom, drills 3 threes right away.
That was great. It really gave us a good lift. It was just kind of funny because, Andre is freshman, maybe hit the wall, plus being injured. And I thought it was time to make a change here. And DJ, who had been, like I said, he was really good for us in the fall and got off, won us the Oregon State game, the first game we played, and then got hurt in the Portland State game. He's kind of been out and working his way back in there, and that gave us a nice lift and really kind of set the tone. We really kind of controlled the game most of the way, and we just kept battling and kept fighting and did a really good job.
You didn't have the shooting from Andre, like you'd said, until – he went 2 of 4. He comes off the bench, and he hit a 3, and it was like you could see him come alive. Like, the ball can go in.
Yeah, no. He had that, and then he had a big tip in. He made a big time. He just – it was like, didn't look like groin his bottom there because he kind of propelled himself off the guy's shoulder and did it. And it's just amazing what seeing the ball goes in. It's,
very energizing.
I had a moment where I was like, I wasn't playing much, and like we were talking about this at Hamilton College, upstate New York.
Yep,
and
it's a great school.
It's a cold winter, man, as you know. And I wasn't playing much, and it's like, man, it's cold. This is tough. And then I started playing. I was like, man, girls are better looking.
Yeah, it's warm out. It's not so bad. It's not cold. It's just crisp.
Yeah, it's crisp. Yeah, the girls are better looking. The food tastes better.
This is great.
Yeah, this cafeteria food is good.
Hamilton.
It's good. I love it here. It matters. It matters. Having a little success can be a little psychological sunshine for sure. So good to see him do that. Good to see us get the win. DJ got bopped in the nose to start the second half by FA.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it was broken, but DJ laid down. It wasn't broken. DJ laid down there for a while, so we just kind of, Jazz came in and played really well, and Yaki, and we just kind of hung on. I was really proud of Jazz, and then we didn't have Jazz the next game because he had strep throat.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah,
okay. I was wondering because
I don't know. Am I allowed to say those things? I mean, okay.
We got the conversation.
Is it a HIPAA law I'm breaking? I don't know. Well, maybe I heard rumor of that. I doubt it was that.
He went 3 of 4 against the Ducks in 17 minutes. He was shooting the ball really well, and but it was a weird week for turned ankles. Like there were like 7. And,
really?
And Duarte's was really significant.
Yeah.
And I hope he's okay. For you want to see teams at their full force, at their full pack. You never wish for an injury or anything. And so it was the nose to DJ Rodman. How's Deshaun Jackson doing?
I think he's gonna be okay. He was maybe non-contact today or whatever.
Okay.
He's gonna. It'll be a game day decision, but I think he'll trend the right way, and we'll have him some ability or some availability. I mean, but
Great.
we'll see.
Okay. All
Keep UCLA on their toes.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll.
sure Bruins fans are dialed in to find out.
Well, they might. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
They're at the top of the league.
I get them a little vague. I want
Yeah.
to be a little ambiguous. Let them guess.
They're also going to be locked in. We'll do the Bruin preview more specifically later in the show, but they're missing their front court guys this last game, and that showed up.
Well, we've done some good research. Anthony Lorenzo, our director of basketball ops, has found the travel manifest from the Bruins. Yeah. So we've confirmed
Detective work.
We've confirmed it. They're both coming.
All right.
So
all right. Okay.
We're prepared for Hill and Riley.
Okay.
So.
Big boys.
Yeah, they're big.
Let's go back for a second here. I want to also talk about Isaac, and I want to talk about Noah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
23 points against the Ducks in 39 minutes.
Yep.
Sat him a full minute, Coach.
I know.
A whole
you know
minute
what?
off.
He played obviously really well, and he had a couple. I know. I was like, and he just a couple turnovers late, and I'm like, it's me. I really want to say like, I got to give him a blow.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to compete that hard for 20 minutes and not have some, some repercussions from that. But the guys. We went over what he did in the offseason, how hard he worked on some things, and his conditioning is really taking another level. But everyone needs a little break every now and then.
Hey, let's talk about Isaac for a second here. And I was thinking about this on the drive down. I was kind of thinking about the show. Isaac has really flourished as the lead guy in pack play. Start of the year, he was cold to start.
Yep.
There were no scrimmages. We kind of talked about this already. How did you know that he was a guy who could be this guy at this level? Because he was at Montana State.
Yeah.
He didn't play a ton. He's a Portland kid, so maybe you'd seen him before in kind of the region. How did you identify him in a role that is not something that every guy who shoots a lot can execute? He's getting assists. He's getting steals. How'd you know?
I'll give you the full rundown. This is going back to when I was at San Francisco, and Jim Shaw's head coach of Western Oregon, and he told me about him. And he said, hey, this kid's really good. You better take a hard look. He think he's under-recruited. And for whatever reason, I didn't get to see him. I don't even know what happened. They committed to Montana State. So, and then I think maybe Jim even saw him after that, like in the Oregon-Washington game. So, like, I think he had like 35 in the game. So, like, that's a, good one that Montana State got. And I said, just filed it away.
Yeah.
Then I noticed he'd left and whatever, and then I knew he was in junior college, and kind of noticed when hey, he's doing well, and expected as he got older. Got here, and so Jim jumped on board, and he was available at Casper, and we sat down and watched. And you have the synergy. We watched this tape, and I think he's first team All-American junior college player. So that's about what you have to be to compete at this level, to be honest, or to come in and be an impactful guy. But he's just got when you watch him on film, it's like he's got one thing that he's got a gear that he can get in the paint. He's got the big wide hips and strong, and got a little explosive. I always say those guys look like they're kind of pushing a motorcycle, and that level's like, psh! So he's getting there. And we were just fortunate because I think he's very much a relationship guy. And so we had not much time to build a relationship. I mean, he's just finishing up his season, or maybe it was finished. It probably was finished. It's a fog now, but I just remember Jim and I going out to Casper, Wyoming. The travel was when our head's spinning wherever, and we're going out there.
How do you get? I don't know where Casper is.
Oh my gosh!
I know Laramie.
I want to say we went. It could have been
Denver.
I think we went. Yeah, it's Denver, but it's like a 4.5 hour drive from Denver.
Wow.
So I think we went you could fly directly in Casper. That's like 3 hops. So I think we drove to Spokane to Denver. Then we drove. It was like an 8-9 hour day. We catch up with him in the gym. We hadn't even talked to his junior college coach because he was trying to take him to Montana State, back to Montana State.
Oh, gosh.
So it was, and I just said, it's Pac-12, man.
Yeah.
And, whatever. And that's and Jim had a relationship with him. And then Jim knew there's like any basketball thing, like Portland, Seattle, there's really a clique of guys that look out for each other. Mm-hmm. And like Andrew Andrews, who played at Washington.
Sure. I remember Andrew.
I
remember Andrew Andrews a little too well.
Yeah, I know. And Jim recruited him, and then Andrew Andrews is like a mentor to Isaac.
Oh, interesting.
So then Damon Stoudemire, who Jim also coached when he was at Oregon State. We recruited him. When he was a young guy at Oregon State, and he ended up at Arizona. So
sure.
They've real close. So that community is really tight, and I think that helped us in the end. It's like, and that was kind of the buttons I pushed with them. Were just like, hey, you Portland guy, you want to be associated with Andrew Andrews and Terrell Brown and like that Damon Stoudemire, and they all played in the Pac-12.
That's a good group.
It's just like that's kind of the deal. And I was like, Peyton Pritchard. That's the other one. Peyton and him are a year apart.
Yeah.
No, I think so.
After the JUCO stuff,
this is
COVID.
Yeah. It's 1 year apart.
Yeah,
it gets confusing.
It does. It's
so that. I mean, I was just playing on those things. Like, you know what? You grow up in the Northwest, Pac-12. That platform. And Peyton's a guy he played against, and I looked up to, and they competed against. And it's like, I just kind of said you'd be cheating yourself a little bit if you don't give it a go. And
Did you talk to him about kind of being the man though?
No, I don't ever do. I mean, it was opportunity there because we at the time we probably had 4 guys in the program, so it was pretty obvious.
Right.
And you know what? It's like everyone wants to be a point guard, and he could really score it. And I said, hey, I'm used to playing with 4-point guards, so we've kind of been going with limited point guards. but my druthers is to have 4 of them out there at all times. But we're just the same thing. It's like it's like a NBA GM. Just get the best guys and then figure it out. And just because of the location where he was, and I think that's important. Your investment. Like, so if you're a guy from the Northwest, it's going to be, like I said, Andrew, you're going to want to be like those guys you look up to, and I think that matters. And you have a vision of that, doing that. And at the time, I think he's a relationship guy. He knew some guys at Montana State. He was thinking about going back and do that, and he was going to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. So that was a big thing, and that's not unusual. And really lucky he did it, and to watch him grow up and get better at things is a neat thing.
He's been not good. He's been great. I mean, 20 points a game, and the assist numbers and the efficiency at which he's doing it. I mean, it's special. It's not common.
No, and it's good to see. I mean, and he was beating himself up after Oregon State. I said, listen, man, you really the first half played great. A little spell there in the start of the second half, but man, you're on the road. You have a chance to win. That's in this league, in any high major league, that's a great game.
8 assists.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was 5 assists, no turnovers at halftime. So it's like 8 assists. Like, look, and you're guarding. Like,
you're also not gonna. You're just not gonna shoot 50% every game.
No. And he said we won the game at Oregon. You didn't win it, and you didn't lose it. But you played. You had a big hand in it.
Yeah.
You didn't, nor did you lose the game at Oregon State. We had it down. We actually had a shot to win it. And it was I was just proud of our guys and going fast forward in the Oregon State game.
Yeah.
So we were about down 6 for about 30 seconds, and I told our team, I said, listen, I think last year I said we had a couple guys pull out their jerseys down 6, and I'm like, you guys stayed with it and you competed and you gave yourself a chance to win. I said, even though we didn't, it's just good to know that we're playing to the clock and doing that stuff. And as I looked at it, they started the clock early on the last play.
Yeah, I saw John Andrzejczyk.
But did he tweet it out? Yeah. I think if he makes a shot, I think we win.
Yeah.
Because I think they have – no, I think they, even though they would have looked at it.
Oh, they go back.
I think they do. I think they would have – I don't think they would have got it. But
I know the rule.
I want to say it's – I've seen them pull out the clock before on a clock malfunction.
Interesting.
I have to look at it. But I think if they checked it and then they look, it started early, and then
they'll sync it up and say –
I think they have to do that. I don't know. I could be way wrong.
Interesting.
It made me feel better.
Well,
even though it didn't come close.
Decent look, too.
It wasn't close.
Hey, what'd you talk to Isaac about – let's go to Oregon State. Let's talk about the Beaver game. What'd you talk to Isaac about in the timeout?
I don't want to – man, you don't want to give away all my secrets, man.
I was so curious.
I'll tell the truth that John's actually been bugging me about that for 8 years when we were at Columbia. Okay. He's like, throw it high. He wanted to practice it. I said, you don't know who's going to be at the line.
Does he have data on it?
I think he's done some research. I don't even know data. He's just like, it's right. I hope no one's watching, but it's right because it just gives you more time for the scrum.
I hate to say it.
I know. But there's more time for the scrum. Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Let them know. Like, it's going up there. So it's like, exactly, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
And but he said we should practice this. I said, you don't know who's going to get fouled in that situation. It's like going to happen.
Right.
So it's happened once in 8 years. So it's like I don't want to use practice time, but it worked out. And I was also like, if you threw it up high and sometimes those guys make it, I was okay with that too.
Yeah.
If it went in with 3.2, if we get a quick foul, and you're down 1, they got to make 2 to you might get a half court or something. But we didn't have a timeout, but I think you throw it up. You go hard, you might get a 40, 35-footer, and that's not a bad That's not a bad situation either. But worked out great. Isaac made a big time to Noah got a piece of it. Then then their guy got it, then Noah Isaac popped it out, and Vova recovered it and shoveled it to DJ, and we had a chance.
I thought that it was going to go in, and then
I knew it was late, and I was like, but
late.
I thought too, like you never know. I didn't really. I got dog. Seemed like it was a quick 3.2.
Right.
Of course, I also thought it was 3.6, so I was a little screwed up. Then I looked, it was 3.2. But
it's hard to know the 4/10 though, and what that really feels like.
It slows down when you're like in the game. Like sometimes, like when you're playing zone in a late game, you're up 3, down 3, whatever. You see someone shoot a 3. That 3
takes forever.
Oh, it just takes forever. It's like I don't know how your brain. You're like that's. And it's like wow, well, miss. Thank God.
There's something about it also. Tell me if you agree with this. Where off the hand, you're like, you know if it's got a shot. Like you can tell if it's.
John and I actually were at practice the other day watching guys shoot. We're going
early. You could tell.
And we were trying to like. And honestly, I don't think. I was like, you like to think. I'd say based on our small data there, I'd say it's probably foul. But you do like to think that, like, you can tell when a guy's confident shooting it.
Yeah.
But you never know.
2 guys I want to focus on. Then we got to hit a break. Again in Corvallis, DJ Rodman and Ryan Rapp.
Yeah.
29 points between the two of them. I know they're best buddies, and they've got great chemistry, and you kind of tell. Rapp was great. 28. He was 5 of 7 from the field in 28 minutes.
Yeah, no, it was nice to see. I know that he redeemed me. He's like, I'm sure there's people like, what are we doing playing this guy at the beginning of the year when he couldn't make a shot? I'm like, I said, I had to say, I had to play he led our scrimmage in scoring, I promise you. I was like, he did. He had a scrimmage where he led in scoring, and really he did a good job. To get on the floor, he has to guard. It's not his strength, but he's turned it into where he's an adequate defender. He's taking charges. He's doing that stuff, so he's helping. And it's both of them. I was like, we kind of got bit in the bottom there for I don't know, because we didn't have them. And they just kind of they fit that role really well, and I think they make Isaac Noah better and vice versa, and they play off each other, and that just kind of, it's not always your best talents out there, though those are good talents. That's a good talent to have. It's good feel and good understanding and but gave us a chance. They gave us a chance. They were able to stretch the floor, and Oregon State was playing their matchup zone, and they're bothering us a little bit, and they kind of broke it open and gave us a chance to win.
You held Ethan Thompson scoreless till 8 minutes left in the game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he didn't score a point till 8:30 left.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know that till now. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's a goose egg.
He had 12 the last.
He had 12 the last 8:30. Yeah, mostly I think from the free throw. He was 6 of 7 from the free throw line. So half of them came.
He had 2 tough ones. I don't remember the third one. He had field goal. I know the 2. He had 2 end of clock over Noah. One he stepped through on Noah. That's a good senior. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
He's a really good player. But he got.
No, I know. I kind of challenged Noah, and the way you challenged Noah was like we're on the scouts. Like, he's really good. Not looking at him. I see him like winking at Isaac and like, I got. I'm like, so he's got our number, which is not true.
All right, we're up against it. We'll take a break here. We're live with Coach Smith. We just talked about the Oregon and Oregon State games. We'll come back next and got a couple questions for you. Then we'll get to Twitter. We'll get to trivia. We'll get to the LA schools. A lot to talk about here with Coach Smith here from the Martin Stadium press box. Back at it here from the Martin Stadium press box. We're here with Coach Smith. Zeppo's where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Can't wait to get back at it when the time comes. Hey, I want to talk to you. Go to the pro level. Quick segment here before we get to Twitter questions and then trivia. We got them all loaded up. Before last show, we said, hey, CJ hasn't really had his chance for the Blazers yet.
Yep.
Hasn't had that big game. Damian Lillard gets hurt. Boom. 31 minutes, 15 points, 7 boards.
Awesome. And really happy for him. And a lot of positives from his teammates saying the guy works hard and does this. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, that's, like I said, I thought it was a good organizational fit. And I checked in with him, and I told, he was gushing, and he was really excited. And I said, that's what happens when you work hard and wait for your opportunity and make the most of it. And he's been and I think I mentioned this, his small doses before that he'd been doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, but his PER is 16, which is great. That's above average NBA player.
Wow.
Obviously not a lot of minutes, but that's
PR,
awesome.
Is PR like a
performance rating?
Okay.
I don't know for what does it stand for. Ben thinks to know. I think Ben knows.
Per 100 is
No,
what
that's
Ben.
not what
That's
it is,
not.
but that's good. Go with that.
He likes that too. It sounds good. Yeah.
Maybe it is. But no, it's like 15's the average player. So anything above 15. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So and then having a game when he got extended minutes, you took advantage. And that's great.
Couple dunks. Philly's really good.
Yes. I texted him, and he was really pumped for us, and he was really nice. He just said, "Hey, miss you, coach." I said,
"That's cool.
Miss you more."
Yeah.
I said, "I miss you more, buddy."
Yeah.
But I said it'd been nice. Wouldn't have been bad to have Isaac, Noah, CJ, Fa, Deshaun.
Yeah.
That could have been. But I'm happy for him. He got. And it's been hard. It's hard. He's used to playing. That's a hard adjustment. Other than every 2 weeks, it's a good adjustment.
Not that you need any reminder of this, but when I prep for these games, I look at the last year's meeting if we haven't played this year.
Yeah.
I can see what the kind of recent history is. Some of CJ's games were big.
Yeah,
big.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here's 30.
Yeah.
Here's 25.
He could go big, brother.
He could go big.
He could go big. It's like I knew I was spoiled. You just never know till you. Like we had Patty Mills, and it was at St. Mary's, and he had 37, I think, in his second game against Oregon at home.
It's not common in college to go near 40.
Oh,
it's
my gosh.
Common.
And Bennett looked at me and said, I think we can get him 50. I said, get him out. Get him out. But, then, you know what? He went through a little spell like Yaki's going, not different, but like he had like 2 points against.
Patty did or
Patty did.
Mm.
He had a 2-point game against Kent State in a game we needed to win.
Huh.
We needed to win it to go to the NCAA tournament. We lost it at home. We ended up that year. Actually, we still went, but it was like it was, what do you call those things? Bracket buster back in the day. And it's like
that was a fun series.
He just hit the wall where you're like, and he became such an important part of our deal. And it's like that was a little different because he's our leading scorer. And it's like he's kind of washed right now, and he's a good pro. It's like so it can happen to the best of guys, and it's when their first year going through it. They've never been through it, so it takes a time.
Well,
takes time.
Congrats to CJ. More to come.
Okay.
I had to touch on it because we had just talked about it. Maybe we'll do like a little CJ update. I hope we can do a CJ update every week.
That'd be great.
It'll be really fun. We'll take a break. Come back. We'll get to Twitter questions next. Next, we're live here with Kyle Smith from the Martin Stadium press box. Back at it here from the Martin Stadium press box, talking ball here with Kyle Smith. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. It's a unique year in the NCAA tournament for a lot of reasons. One of them, logistically, that will be so odd is there's no travel. There's no travel this year for the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah, it's going to Indy.
All
right.
in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
One of the things that the committee has committed to, especially with the top 4 seeds in the new pod system over the last few years, is cutting down travel to reward higher seeds.
Sure.
So if you're a 5 seed, you don't get to stay home. You know what I mean? If you're higher, if you're a 4, you actually might get bumped down to a 4 seed and be protected, etc. Whatever.
Gotcha.
It's irrelevant this year.
Yep.
Do you think it will affect the way they lay seeds out? Because the travel does not play into it.
Yeah, I'm sure it will a little bit, because that's one other variable you're throwing in there. It's going to throw off the seating when you're trying to. It's a hard job. They're a thankless job, and you can't get it right unless you went to the Kyle Smith theory.
What's that theory?
Aggregate all this.
This is a great theory.
So it's like it'd be easiest. It's just everyone's got. Give me your algorithm. Why you think it is. You average those out.
Except the AP poll. You can burn that.
You throw that in there.
Well,
it's not going to move it that much.
That's
whatever. Is it whatever? You get 10 of them in there. It's like, it's 10% of it. So I just think you would have your best, truest thing and let it shake out. And I, like I said, I think Pomeroy's been better than the NCAA tournament on predictability on the wins.
Right.
You know, so it's like on point spreads versus point spread. So that would be the way to deal with that. But
it's going to be different. It's going to be interesting, especially off the air. We were just talking about teams like Colgate. Colgate's 13 in the net. They're 103 in the Ken Palm. They've kind of put a wrench in the gears of the net formula because they've played 8 games. They're 7-1.
Yeah, I'm trying to think why their net's so high.
I don't know their schedule. We could Google their schedule. And see.
They've blasted some teams by 50. So that's where I'm surprised the Palm factors in level. More their opponents more, and net might not.
Net does quadrant 1 and 2 wins, so I don't know, because like the Buffs are really high because they're undefeated quadrant 2. So they're 5-0 quad 2. They're 1-3 quad 1. Let's put them right up at
good.
15. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's hard to. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to imagine that Colgate's that's impressive.
Yeah, they've done great. I haven't watched any Colgate.
Well, they're good. They're fun to watch.
That's cool.
I know them well.
Yeah. All right, let's get to questions here. Jennifer Delzer, what most helps a player return from time off to be game ready? It seems like some players get into the flow much more quickly than others.
And that's one of the hardest things to gauge as a coach. And what I've found is sometimes they will give you, it's almost like an adrenaline rush. Like their first game back, some guys will be great. And then they just can't. It takes a couple more games. They'll have a bad game. It's just to balance out. So I don't know the answer to that. Obviously your guys that are pretty good on keeping their cardio, because depending on the injury, whatever, you can get on the Versa thing, you might or whatever, and not have the pressure. And the more disciplined guys are probably more ready. But everyone's a little different, and that's like one of the biggest. Like I remember one year I was coaching, we had won 5 in a row going to the conference tournament. I was actually assistant. We had an all-league point guard that was hurt, and he came back right for the conference tournament. I was like, we're smoking, man. We swept Gonzaga-Portland trip. We won at Gonzaga. We were going good, and we bring him back, and it's like, he's your all-league guard, but we weren't the same. And it was like, he played well. It was the worst thing. He came back. He played well. We didn't play well. It's just like chemistry. There's something to it. Then the next night on a back-to-back, it was conference tournament. He was awful, and we were done. So we'd won 6 in a row, and we were playing good, but it happens.
Hard to gauge.
Really hard.
Tim Watts wants to know, I like his handle. It's Beasley Lawler. Now, I don't know Lawler, but I assume that's a Beasley reference.
I don't know. Not Nevada's the Lawler.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe he's
a little
married to, I don't know if that doesn't make any sense. Go ahead.
I don't know. Tim wants to know who has the best court vision besides Isaac.
It's not a strength of ours. I gotta say, probably Ryan, and actually Miles has got pretty good vision. I threw a couple bullets today that it's just off practice. Miles pretty good passer. Ryan, and Noah's not bad. He's getting better, but that's an area we could. And Yaki.
About Jeff.
Oh, just fine.
Cool bowling.
Yeah, I was gonna say who's that?
Yeah.
He's been hurt. From what I recollect,
it's been a while.
But no, Jefferson's a high risk, high return. It's gonna be. He sees it though. It's good. Like he'll come off a ball screen, throw it up for a lob, and it's 50-50, but it's fun when it goes.
Quick. He's quick.
Yeah, he's quick. No, he's gonna. He just actually, I think he sees everything, which is great. Like he gets in there and he's just a little loose with it, like any high school guy. He's just used to being such a high volume player. But I like those guys. He's really aggressive and let me try to smooth those out and slow those down versus. It's hard to speed guys up.
Well, he looks like, I mean, bear with me here.
Yeah.
We have not seen him play a game yet, so I don't want to be too hyperbolic.
Jeez,
but
I should never. I'm not going to let you in practice anymore.
Please, you'll.
No, I don't want you. You're setting this guy up to fail.
No,
what are you going to say?
He just looks like other point guards in our league right now.
Yes, he does.
He has the aesthetic of other point guards in our league right now who are really good.
Yeah, no, he definitely looks like a bigger McKinley right now.
There we go. So we're on the same page.
I mean, that's the look.
But he's
taller, quite a bit taller.
But like forward lean with the ball.
He's fast.
Yeah.
Fast. Speed kills. He's fast, and he guards the ball. And definitely missed him this year because we could use that depth and that quickness. He just makes it. And I think he's moving around now, and we'll get him going this spring and summer, and he's going to be really hungry to get in there. Yeah,
that's awesome. Dave Schneider wants to know. Dave, you asked a bunch of questions here. Well, let's hit on this one.
Dave.
When a team gets in foul trouble like the Ducks did, you might want to answer this question.
Now,
how much do you try to make an effort to get players to foul out versus just running your offense?
I think you're better off running your offense and let the things happen. We're not. I think when you get an older team, really experienced team, they can find the mismatches a little bit, and you got to be. But I think at this level, college, it's not necessarily talent; it's a experience thing. When you're younger, they get caught up in mismatches and they try to force things, and you're like, "Why were we doing that?" We just run our stuff, and because they want. And the other thing is they wouldn't foul. What's his name? Omaruni.
Yeah.
Omaruni, they passed on a couple, and it's like,
he's playing.
You know what I mean? They're like. They know he's averaging 18 or whatever. And the refs, they know what's going on a little bit, and it's gonna have to be to get one of those guys out. It's gonna be a tough one.
He's a good player.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. He's the feet are shift a little bit on those post moves.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well,
just next. No, he's good. He's good, but it's like, well, you're a good player. Knock on wood, Deshaun's kind of getting that treatment too a little bit. He had to travel is pretty big, but if he makes a hard, quick move, they're starting. Eventually, got to start putting him back in the line more.
Are the Ducks the poster child for this year? A really good team who's been the most beat up by COVID and injury. It's been a tough year for them.
They had more than just the one pit stop. They had two.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling sorry for them.
Good. Love it.
I mean,
good.
We've had our own. We've been the team that stayed right in the middle.
Yeah.
No one was put on pause with our 8 road games. They were ready for us.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm like, we've been there. We have 9 guys available.
Yeah.
7, we're right on the cusp, and then so we had to grind our way through it. And
sure.
That's hard too, Matt.
8 to 10 on the road? Yeah. Without your roster?
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn Carmichael wants to know, what is more important, talent or desire? I think you said, referencing you, Coach, I think you said you wanted people who believe they can make it to the NBA, so they would say desire first, maybe. Thank you, Coach.
I think belief, confidence is powerful. You have to see it. You got to believe it. You got to have that will to win, and it eventually will catch talent. If you're in the ballpark, that I do better with those. I'll tell you. I'll be honest. I do better with the guys that are. We do. I think they're just hungry and want to be the best they can be, and think that way. That kind of mindset, and we want to attract them here. You want to attract the guys that, some of my assistants in the past, like, that guy's crazy. He thinks he's going to the NBA. I'm like, better than not thinking you're going to be.
Yeah.
I always said, it's like, Coach, you talk about the NBA. When I was in the Ivy League, I was like, Jeremy Lin went to the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss on Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
I don't want Jeremy Lin to think that this coach doesn't think he can be the best he can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I was really insane then. But we had a guy who was close.
Yeah.
We had a German kid named Otto Lowe who's playing first division Germany. He did well in the
really high
NBA
level.
Summer League. It's like, oh no, he's good. He's making 400,000 euros a year, and he's
wow.
probably what you call a great AAA player. But I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Go for it. So
love it. Keith wants to know: is it possible that so much energy was spent winning the first game against Oregon that maybe there was a little bit less available in the tank against Oregon State?
No, I was really proud of the way we played. I would say it's always hard the second night on a road trip or whatever, and our game went late, and I was concerned that we were going to be dragging pretty hard. But I thought we got off to a slow start both halves, but I think we were playing right. I was really proud of the way we played. We only had 5 turnovers at halftime, and one was a travel, one was a charge. So it's like, okay, that's been a big bugaboo for us. So we were playing the right way. It kept us in the game. And then we just I didn't think it was like a fatigue thing at all. I mean, maybe that's why we fouled too much. But you're on the road, it's tough.
Marcus wants to know if you can talk more about what sort of trouble you and Noah get into from Coach Shaw when you or he draw a technical foul.
I'm not allowed. I'm not at liberty, but there's a fining process. There's not money, but Noah and I are definitely – there's some physical cardio stuff we might have to handle.
A little push-up,
Yeah, he lets you offset him, though. If Noah gets 6 rebounds or more, he might be able to get a technical. Not a technical. He still has a fine to pay.
Got it.
And if we win, then I'm kind of exempt too.
So. So there's a GIF, a GIF or a GIF?
Oh,
it's
I don't
a GIF.
know.
Whatever.
I'd say GIF, but you're the social media guy.
Oh, please. Okay, so the SID, Ben
GIF is
Lasky
peanut butter.
He says technically it's GIF, but everybody goes GIF. So either way.
Technically it's GIF.
The creator. There's a creator of it? There's like a guy?
What does it stand for?
What does it? Graphic interface? Let's check it in the break.
What's meme stand for?
I don't know.
And what's the difference?
He's on the spot. We'll get him.
He's Googling as we speak.
This could be a trivia question, but I blew it. And I didn't. Okay, here we go. I need to show you this.
Yeah.
This is one of Sean Kemp's alley-oops from Peyton.
Okay.
The question is, Isaac to F.A. alley-oops looking good. How does Coach rank them among kids he's coached and the all-time alley-oop combos? GP to Kemp is the correct answer, but we'll see what you think.
Oh, yeah, GP to Kemp was special.
Yeah.
The first one that I've known of, that it was Magic Johnson to Greg Kelser at Michigan State. It was, I was young, but I was like, I just remember my dad being awed. My dad's a Michigan State alum, and Magic would throw a half-court lob, and Greg Kelser dunking, and never been seen before. I mean, there was no three-point line, 1979 or whatever. So that's my favorite combo. I'll tell you, the sneaky one was CP3 and Tyson Chandler.
Oh, underrated. Totally underrated.
Made him a player. Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, that's how good CP. That's Chris Paul. He's done it with a few guys. Like, you're like, Chandler can't score at all. Well, he can't score without Chris Paul. But he would just turn the corner, and he had any edge. You just throw it up there and bang.
Yeah.
So
very cool. ED wants to know, this is a great question. Will we see more Ryan Rapp ISO this year?
You never know. When Ryan gets, I got one of my buddies that says, "Let Ryan cook." Then I was like, oh Lord.
I love it. He was great.
Oh, he can score. It's a weird deal. It's hard to explain. He's a little slippery and slithery. Yeah. You can tell he gets a little confidence and he sneaks up on guys. But
look, last year UCLA game.
I know.
He came in overtime, hadn't played all game. I remember thinking, how is this going to go? And he won the game.
I know. I was literally looking. I was like shocked. It was, first of all, Coach Shaw was the one who said, well, let's give Ryan a go. I said, okay. And he said, go zone. And I said, because he's been hurt all year.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he just made some big-time plays.
Buckets.
Yeah, right away. Just took it, scored, threw a lob to Tony. It was like, okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he's got his confidence, and he believes in himself. He's a believer.
It's great.
Yeah, no, it helps.
Hey, need something to smile about? Try taking home your share of millions in jackpots at Northern Quest. That'll do it every time. Northern Quest, now playing, now paying. Trivia's next. Big time trivia segment.
About time. That's what I live for.
Segment. Absolutely. We'll take a break, come back. Soup chat? Soup chat?
Ah, gosh. They're just thrown off with those Zeppos.
All right. All right. We'll take a break.
Let's see. They might have some.
Hit the break, Jake. We'll come back so you can get a soup chat involvement here with Coach Smith. the music. We're low on time. Low on time, high on drama. Typical Kyle Smith show. Here we go.
No
okay,
question.
There are four-time all-pack selections. 4 guys.
Oh, they've done it all 4 years?
All 4 years.
Wow.
Can you name one?
Sean Elliott.
Great guess. No, incorrect. Can we get a horn here?
This is a hard one to be.
Give
me a couple more stabs. Don McLean.
Wrong.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. It's not an easy question, but when you hear the guys who go, "Oh, I could have guessed."
Well, yeah, I'm in the right.
You're in the right world. You're in the right world.
It's got to be that time period too. I think.
Doesn't have to be.
More recent.
One of them is.
Wow, a 4-year guy that was all league for 4 straight years.
That's right.
Are any of them Cougs?
No,
I didn't think
unfortunately.
So. What kind of trivia is that?
I know.
It's the Cougs. What's wrong with you?
I know. Well, I was looking at a bunch of Coug stuff, and that's
that's a rare thing for a guy to be a 4-year.
Is there only 4 of them?
I mean, it's just so rare because of this level. If you're an all-league player by the time you're a junior,
how about I name one of them?
Name one.
Todd Lichty.
Oh my gosh, that's a ways back,
1980s,
bro.
1980s. How about you want the more recent one?
Wait, give me a decade and a
2000s, early aughts.
Early aughts. Who was good back then and who was?
You'll hear it and you go, "Oh, that makes sense."
I know it's early aughts.
Yeah,
that's rough. I don't know.
Shooter. He's a shooter. Shooter.
A shooter,
and a mid-range and 3-point shooter.
Arizona. No, Eddie House was.
UCLA.
Tracy Murray?
Capone.
Capone's one of my favorite guys in the world, by the way.
Yeah.
He used to come St.
Really?
Mary's. Yeah,
really?
he's a trip.
That's cool. I've never met him.
He's like the Big Lebowski.
Is he?
Do
you know what's he doing now? Is he in LA? Is he surfing? Is he hanging out?
I think he's got a place in Northern California. His wife's from up there, and that's why he's up there.
I'm glad I asked. I'm glad this
plays a lot of golf.
Great.
Plays a lot of golf.
Ron Lee from the 70s, Bob McKean from the 50s. So not that
My goodness.
All right, leading scores. We need some music. All right, leading scorer in WSU history is Isaac Fontaine. Okay.
Yes.
2,003 points. Okay.
Jesuit High School, Carmichael, California.
Love it. Love that. He is one. This is a top. I'll give you a ballpark. There aren't many 2,000 career scorers in Pac history, ever.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
Okay.
I'll give you.
How many more are there?
Well, that's the question. How many guys?
Don McLean.
Well, you won't if you can name them all before.
How many are there?
That's the question for you.
Oh,
that's the trivia question.
I was already trying to guess.
How many guys have scored 2,000?
12.
It's really close, but incorrect. 16 guys have scored 2,000. Isaac.
Can I name them all?
There's.
Let's think those 3-year guys.
Right. A lot of guys are really, really good and really close.
I assume Al Cinder didn't get 2,000.
I forget off my head who the list. I think he's at like 1,800.
Yeah, he should have. I mean, 4 years it would have been pretty.
And Clay's like incredibly high.
3
He only played 3. Right. He would have. He would be top 5 all-time league scorer. Maybe.
Damon Stoudemire.
He
might not have because he didn't play a lot when he was young.
I don't think he's one of them. Yeah. Okay. Third question because
Sean Elliott. Go ahead.
I have to check. Abagidi. Big FA, had 3 memorable dunks in Corvallis, couple in Eugene. How many Pac players have won the NBA dunk contest?
Ooh, Nate Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. He did it twice.
That's right. Yeah, but so I'm not counting how many times, just how many guys. But that's
Aaron Gordon.
Right.
How many more? How many are there? Because I'll get this.
There are 7.
No chance.
you actually might.
I'm pretty much out of guys.
Right.
Hold on. Give me a.
There's one of them.
It's pretty obvious.
There's one of them that's the hidden that I kind of totally forgot about.
I'm so tired.
Baby Jordan.
Harold Miner.
Harold Miner.
Oh, dang it. Give me another. Give me a school and see if I can get it.
Oregon State.
Corey Benjamin?
No. A foul line clipper.
Oh, Brent
Berry.
Yeah, that's terrible that I didn't have that.
A Bruin who now plays for the Bulls. Who just
he's great.
Floats.
Levine.
Zach Levine.
You didn't have to go there. I think I could have. You'd have to give me the Bulls.
A duck.
Wait.
You'll hear it and you'll go, oh yeah, of course, but
a duck.
Yeah. And
recent?
And he could throw it down. No, not really. He could throw it down, Coach. I mean,
it's not Fred Jones.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
He won the dunk contest?
Yeah, but this is the.
I didn't
Tell me, I don't remember this one. So Terrence Ross?
Oh yeah, he did. He had a ridiculous
I didn't
dunk.
remember that.
That's a good.
And
that's another
Husky. That's the Husky. That's the
Coach Shaw recruited and played coach both those guys.
Yeah.
Ross and Nate. No one recruited Nate. Nate went there for football.
There you go.
They had to recruit him over to basketball.
So those are the Pac players. Okay. The list I saw was wrong. I know Aaron Gordon won one, but he wasn't on the list that I saw.
Did he not? Maybe not. I thought he did. He might have been a finalist.
It might be 6 and not Gordon. I thought he did too, and I thought I was wrong. So anyway,
he might not have.
Okay,
he can jump like he should win one.
Yes,
and I might have got him confused with Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he did. But anyway. Okay, music, and we got to go a little
quicker.
Just
it. Game time.
We got 2 more questions. Tom Brady won another Super Bowl. He's thrown 421 Super Bowl pass attempts in 10 games, which is incredible. Which Pac QB holds the Super Bowl record for career pass completion percentage? Super Bowl pass completion percentage, Pac quarterback. You will get this.
No, I will
yes,
not.
You will. Yes, you will.
Troy Aikman.
Yes, correct.
All right.
There we go. Absolutely. Well done. Well done. Okay, 5th question, final question. The Kraken, this is the non-sports. It's really not sports. Kraken is the new Seattle hockey team.
What?
Kraken.
Is it like a metal band?
The Kraken.
Isn't Kraken like a metal band?
It's a fictional sea creature, like a huge octopus, like a mythical octopus. How many hearts does an octopus have?
Oh, that's easy. 3.
What? You knew that?
Yeah.
What do you mean that's easy? That's incredible. Do you know how many brains it has?
1.
9.
Damn it. It was a straight guess on the hearts.
Amazing. You drilled it.
I sold the heart.
They have 3 hearts.
9 brains?
9 brains and 3 hearts.
How do you have 9 brains?
I don't know how it works.
That's
I don't
crazy.
get it. I love it. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. That's Trivia here with Kyle Smith. We'll be back live next. I got it live here with Kyle Smith. We need to take a really quick break. We'll come back, put a bow on the show next. We're running out of time talking basketball here with Coach Smith.
Gerard Butler.
Good.
Live with Kyle Smith in the Martin Stadium press box. We are down to our final minutes or so here. It's the Bruins and it's the Trojans, two of the top teams in the pack, two of the top teams in the country. UCLA just played a newly eligible high 4-star recruit from New York named Mac Etienne, and he scored 8 points against the Trojans because Riley and Hill were out. So the Bruins just added a high level. What in the world? What's going on here?
It's COVID.
1 minute.
I think he was at Brewster Academy, and I don't know how much the season. And they said, "Let's go,"
and they took him over.
And
wow,
he looks like Noah, Joakim Noah.
Does he?
He's got the little like a ponytail going. He's got the hair.
All right, well, big one. It's a night game, 8:00 tip, 7:30 airtime. Thank you for this time, Coach. Can't wait.
No
Huge
problem.
thanks to Jared Prengoober, Jerry Kylo for getting us on the air, Ben Lasky for confirming GIF or GIF or whatever we got going on,
and getting me to the show.
And getting
That's his job.
His
job is getting me here.
Huge thanks to Ben. Thanks to Jake Hirmata back in the U.S. Bank Network studios. It'll be, let's see, we'll have Eggs with us 7:30 airtime on Thursday night. Cougs against the Bruins. Can't wait. Thanks for listening. Go Cougs.